One of my first collections was comprised of stamps. I think I mentioned that in an earlier video last week. I collected stamps and I didn't know where to put them. And then one Christmas, my Uncle Chris, who I happen to be named after, Affer? No, I cut my afro last week. I got an ammo box from him. He ended up getting it at a surplus store, a military surplus store. And so in this ammo box, I used to keep all my stamps because it was airtight, watertight. It was a wonderful way of keeping those stamps protected from the elements. And the nice thing for him was that he got a gift that was unique, this ammo box, and I think he stuffed it full of other things originally. It wasn't stamps, but I kept the stamps. In fact, I bet you anything, that ammo box is still somewhere full of stamps at my parents' house. Guys, that might be kind of fun to go look at. Just open it up and smell the air as it was trapped back in the 80s. Using some of the resources at your disposal, specifically those which can be reused, is a great way of saving money and kind of doing things differently. So we have thought of a few ways that military surplus stores can be great for geeks, people like you and me. You can pick up equipment that will serve you a lot better than the stuff that you could get at normal stores. So just because it says military surplus doesn't mean that you have to be in the military in order to use those stores. No. They're selling items that you can get at a very affordable price, and these things kind of span the test of time. That ammo box is probably in the same condition as it was the day that I got it. I used an ammo box, turned it into a hard drive enclosure case, then sold it. Lol, says Riker78. See, dude? You can make an entire business out of taking those things and transforming them into other things. Raker78, did you realize you had a business model in doing that? You probably made money because you can get some equipment for cheap, build it, and sell it for a higher price. You've made money, and you're out time, and you've created something unique. But it's not just about the hardware. I mean, you could also get clothing. Now, granted, you could look at what I'm wearing, and not a great example of what to wear. I mean, I honestly, I can't even remember the last time I put on this hoodie. I don't even know if it's a male or female hoodie, to tell you the truth. But I could get footwear that would certainly work better in harsh conditions here in Seattle than I could, and I could get it at a cheaper price than I could getting shoes right down the street, even if they were on sale. And I would look kind of cool in that way. Now, granted, I probably wouldn't look as good as Mark does. Soldier knows best, and he does know best. And I'm surprised that he hasn't remarked on that particular article yet. He might at some point, because certainly his background, the military, and we're very grateful for him having done that and served the country. There are different things that you can get at a military store that it's kind of off the beaten path. And few people seem to think about it, and that's perfect for geeks, right? I remember getting and I think I still have it somewhere, maybe even in that box that I have downstairs, a knapsack, a bag that I took to school. Everyone else had, the latest and greatest, the dark crystal backpacks and My Little Pony, and I had an Army knapsack. I looked cool in my own mind. And yes, it was a little geeky. And I didn't mind that at all. And it worked very, very well. And everyone I remember in my class was, which by the way was lower class, second class, I don't know what class it was. They all remarked on it. Where'd you get that? That's pretty, I didn't see that. It was a very nice green, solid green, and it stood up to the weather. My books stayed dry when it rained. I didn't worry about zippers. I just tied things together, and I think I even used it all the way through to college because it was kind of fun. I had used it in grade school, and so it was kind of a little nostalgic for me. But Army surplus stores, or I guess military surplus stores for equipment, if you've never thought about it before, it could be right up your alley as a geek. And as IT Wins Web Show 1 says, nerds have their own style.